All right, guys, Dominick Izzo out here in Chicago, Izzo Wing Chun. I told you I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And if I've got an opinion on something, fucking it's my opinion. But I'm not one of those guys, and I know a lot of us are like that, the disingenuous martial artists who are like, dude, I just want to grow and I just want to exchange knowledge with people. We have egos, and if you can't acknowledge your ego, you shouldn't be in a martial arts system that's teaching you how to fight. I got a fucking ego, and a lot of times my ego and my mouth are bigger than everything else, right? Not the size of my fucking waist, though, lately. Damn, I got fat. Anyways, listen. So I put up a short yesterday, and the short was taken out of a video that I'm releasing on Wednesday on why I don't like the William Chung lineage. I went in fucking hardcore on that. That's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday at noon, right? It's going to be released then. But I want to put this out in the meantime because that clip was taken out of context. I want to show you that I'm part of the problem as well as part of the solution, right? So this is a video that I put up yesterday. This was the, what do you call it? The short, right? I took this out of a clip of the video that I did. Excuse me, I talked about why I don't like it, right? And if you didn't see the clip, you didn't see the clip. This is Zig's short. I didn't know what his name was. I found out now because Zig actually responded to this on a Wing Chun forum I'm at. I sent him my number and said, dude, I'd like to have you on a podcast. Let's talk about this. We might do that. The best part about it is I went pretty hardcore at this video, and he was a complete fucking gentleman about it. So he's a bigger man than I am. So number one, mad respect to you, dude. That was fucking awesome. And you still have the balls to go do this, right? So I don't like this kind of cheese out competition. I don't like this kind of cheese out, this and that. But I want to show you that I'm still part of the problem, but as well, the perception of chi sao is part of the problem and why we have to change that. If you're looking into Wing Chun and you see chi sao as the end-all be-all, it's a drill. It is nothing different than sparring or grappling. Now, here's the deal. Boxing is a contest, but you could sure as shit box and kill someone on the street. Wrestling is a contest. You could sure as shit wrestle and kill someone on the street. The two differences is that the chi sao is the bridge to go from the boxing distance into the grappling distance. What I love about chi sao is it teaches you how to handle pressure so that nobody can regain boxing distance to get onto you, and then you can also stay on your feet when dealing with a grappler. That's the superiority of chi sao versus everything else as far as I'm concerned. And I have this experience because I'm too short to box unless I'm going to box somebody my height. I did 3 smoker events. I won 1, 2 I got my ass kicked. I don't like boxing. And then I've grappled forever. I was a wrestler forever, right? So I know how to stay on my feet using chi sao, and it is the answer for what do you do when somebody tries to gain that distance? Chi sao teaches you how to stay on top of them, smother them. Don't let them have that distance to regain into a longer range where you have to close the distance again, right? So what does the initial problem become? How to close the gap. Well, sometimes you just don't need to, and if you go home, you go home. And if your pride is hurt, I don't fucking care. The other aspect is how do you stay on your feet once somebody comes into that contact range? Chi sao teaches you that. The problem is we've created chi sao into a pissing match contest. And because guys don't translate it from when they speed up aggression, go into fighting, that's the problem. Meaning, if you're going to chi sao at a certain pace and somebody picks it up, yeah, you can go back and forth, but that eventually picking it up has to turn into massive destruction to get the other guy to stop. I said it. I had a JKD guy come in years ago. He was under Ron Balicki. He came in what we thought was the learn class, but he ultimately came in to try teach class. We chi sao'd. This particular JKD guy couldn't handle chi sao pressure, and after a while, he decided to turn up the heat. I turned up the heat back, and you know, I remember jamming him into a wall, and I said, "Are you ready? Can we go back to class?" You have to have a definitive end to that chi sao, otherwise it's just a slapping fucking match, right? And one of the best examples on that, so I'll go back for a second. So when you start to chi sao, you have to come to the understanding of what you're doing. Do you want that tag bullshit chi sao game? That's okay. You want chi sao with a combination? That's okay too. Do you want aggressive chi sao, more like gore sao? Okay, that's fine. But you have to understand what it's for. This was one of the greatest examples of how Sifus stay ahead of their students when it comes down to the chi sao game. Meaning, you'll see what the number one thing that teachers do in order to always look magical with chi sao is they back up. They back up. Because if you can't hit something, You can't go, oh, I got you. Look, Sifu could defend 20, 30, 40 of my movements all while backing up. This was Sean Obasi, one of the few guys out there to put his money where his mouth is, and Randy Williams. Right? Randy Williams is a staple in Wing Chun. Randy Williams, thanks to him, a lot of Wing Chun is on the map. He started in Chicago. He did a lot for us out here. I don't have any contact with Randy. I've never spoken to him. I like the stuff. I like the fact Randy was just he's a great guy. And I love the humor that he had in his videos. He didn't take himself too seriously, but I believe that if Randy wanted to, he could do some serious damage. Here's the problem. This should have been done in closed doors because listen to the crowd reaction.
Soft. Let's go.
So they went at it pretty hard. I'll let it play out in a couple seconds. I'll just let it continue to play out. Randy's skilled. He's fucking skilled. Sean Sifu, a student of Jose Grados, for the love of God, Sean was one of the few guys out there to go put his money where his mouth is in MMA, and Sean kicked some ass. He really did. The problem with this is, I don't know what the issue was, and Sean later apologized. I don't know why, because he felt he was being disrespectful or this and that. And Sean's got video against him and Sifu, or Philip Bayer as well, too. This is what happens when you're a bigger man. Sean's like 230 here, and Randy's a smaller guy. And when Randy can't handle pressure in Chi Sao, Randy could have switched to go to a fighting tactic. Then it would have been a fight, right? But you got the people in the background, soft. Why? You have to be able to literally pressure test your Chi Sao skills to understand, when am I stopping and when is this translating into fighting energy? And that's one of the biggest problems that we have in Chi Sao is people in Wing Chun, they think that fucking Chi Sao is Wing Chun, and it's not. It's just, can you wind up bridging, not the physical gap, but do you know when, oh, it's time to turn the fucking heat up, and it's time to wind up ending this. If you can be like water and continue a strike and grab someone's throat and crush it, is that Wing Chun? Yeah. If you can continue that strike in and it becomes a strike to the throat and then is that Wing Chun? Yeah. You have to know when to switch to that mentality, bridge the gap between when to turn it on, not the gap between the distance. The distance, everybody thinks that Wing Chun distance is where it's at, and that's where the limb chasing goes. Now, I told you, I don't want to be part of this, the problem. I want to be part of the solution. So I've even got an example. I've got me Chi Saoing Roland. This was a student of mine. He came in years ago. He was a Wing Chun, William Chun. No, he was Lung Ting's lineage. Fast hands, taller than me, obviously. Had the 70-30, it's roll down, sorry. 70-30 weight distribution split. He was fast, he could hit, and that school likes to hit too. But watch what I do with somebody who's taller than me. This is the answer to what I was talking about with Zig's video. You're going to see a lot of slapping hands and throwing hands and all this, but watch what I do with every single possible opportunity. We roll here for a second. So I got fast forward. We go for about 10 seconds or so. Where's the action at? Here we go. Gotta be in there. Can you see what I'm doing when I get a little bit overwhelmed? Yeah, we got that chaotic energy. What am I doing? I always move forward. Forward, going in. Even if I take a hit, it's going in and in. Find that flow to go in. When I gain distance, I get hit. Once he gains distance, I have to smother. This is what I'm talking about, handling pressure. You have to know and not be afraid to take a hit in Chi Sao. Like, we think that we're supposed to be magical and not take hits. No, when you take that hit going in, you take the pressure and the power out of their strike. You better learn this shit. What am I doing? Is he moving me back or am I moving him back? Always going to move him back. This is what I meant with Zig's video, because they stay out at that distance. You have to be willing nonstop to be willing to move in. You're going to get the fast, rapid, sloppy hands. Look, Tag, I got you. I found this by accident today because I was going through the files. I never uploaded this, but this is the same shit, except I go in. I'm going in. I'm trying to find that opening, and I'm always advancing in. Even if you adopt William Chung's blindside garbage, which I talk about tomorrow in the video, you'll see it in great depth. Okay, it is non-stop advancing. So I hope this makes sense, and you need to understand why you do Chi Sao in the first place. It can be hard. It can be soft. It can be distant. It can be closing distance. It is simply you have no contact range, and you have being on the fucking ground in trouble. No contact range, you didn't win the fight, you didn't lose the fight. When contact is established, there's no 5 ranges of fighting. There's 3, right? There's no contact range on the ground. I'll add that in. It used to be no contact range and contact range. Chi Sao teaches you to prevent people from backing up, angling, gaining distance for their proper distance in order to attack you again. Boxers, how they go in and out, thread. They're like that sewing needle going in and out. They tag, they come back out, tag, then come back out. Right? It's a piston. You get grapplers who want to get in, take you to the ground, but you don't want to go to the ground. Chi Sao teaches you how to prevent grapplers from taking you down, and how boxers, kickboxers, anybody else from gaining distance to establish their range to attack you again. Hope that makes sense. Know why you do Chi Sao. Understand why you do it. There's no right or wrong, but there has to be the correlation between the fighting context in your head. And if you don't have that down, you don't have Wing Chun. You guys have a great day. See you in the next video.